Ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, in the heaven dimension and the hell dimensions, and the below the deeps dimension, and all across the globe, in every other earth dimension, beyonds and beyonds and beyond dimension, all creation have a master. And some things we never know, and something we will never find out, and something we'll never figure out, which is the same thing I just say. But remember, never romp with the powers of the Creator. All life form that was born into this world and choose a religion. All the religion that was chosen is given unto you by a creation. No human never invent arms, and no human never invent organs, and no human never invent vagina, penis, where I put it into the woman vessel and release the seeds of the gecko and life fulfill upon the planet to continue the birth of life on and on and on. But without the power of the Creator, none of that can exist. So never romp with the powers of the Creator. The power of the Creator is what makes everything function. The power of the Creator have fruit tree that at certain type of season, fruit will produce for us to eat. And for all season, there is a creation that we can live off of and fill our belly and put food on our table. Depends on where you live at. If you live in the city, you have to go to the stores. But if you live in a farm place area, you have to eat off the land. When all what you're eating off the land is the power of the Creator. All fruits that you eat, it did create by a human. So you romp with the powers of the Creator. The food on the land and the fruits on the land was given by the Creator. So there's a life form that was born and created, and you have to see how the master that create life, how they fulfill it to make we want water to drink, to quench our thirst. That is the power of the Creator. Then we need food to sustain our system. That's the power of the Creator. That teach me. So a man can be empty and a woman can be empty. He have to put something in his body to keep it running. And if you think this is a joke, the sun do the same thing as the earth. When the sun rises, it put energy within the earth. And then when the sun leave, it took it out. The earth sustained itself. So it feeding the earth energy for it to maintain. That's why I tell them never ramp with the Creator powers. The Creator powers are so powerful, we cannot figure it all. And when you check descendant of human, many people might say, well, this is against their religion or against their way of thinking. But your way of thinking is a controlment system that give you that way of thinking. But the real thinking of the powers of the Creator, human was created by alien. Alien exists before human. Alien descent into human. I was approached by creators and said one was organ. And he said when he did revolution for Rems give him the powers of organ. And he do not know who those creator, but all they know they come from anywhere. And he tried to figure out where they're from and who they are. But he said being around neons after them, but he could have never figured out who they are. And when there was a time, they could have come on money. They can come on life. Some could have come on ah. This is why you have ah. Because I give another species the powers of ah. Then one was come on in beards, hair, breasts, vagina, toes and fingers and knees and backs and bones. All those things was one person. Bone was a one person. Eye was one person. Nose was one person. Hair was one person. Fingers was one person. They're telling you who them is. So finger is the powers of the Creator. Your head is the power of the Creator. The brain is the power of the Creator. The pineal gland is the power of the Creator. Understand? And your balls is the power of the Creator. Because there was a time when human created, they didn't have no testicles. They were just plain. They're just like alien. When alien mate, they mate with their brain. So when alien descended, he created human. But alien created from someone other creation. But if you do not have the knowledge of what I just said, you might break the powers of the Creator, but never you ramp with the Creator, because the Creators control the molecules of human. If the Creator passed down the molecules to a human, that human is a God. Because you got to understand the powers of creation, and the power of the powers of the powers, and the powers beyond human, and the powers of technology, and the powers of say, the power of hold, the power of see, the power of knowledge. It's all come from the powers of the Creator. So when you're ramping with the powers of the Creator, you will hear a voice of another powers of the Creator. Because the Creator will put knowledge into one of His creation to speak to the population. For those who have understanding, will hear the powers of the Creator. We hear the voice of it. We get the knowledge of it. We find a sense of it. But if you do not seek the knowledge of the powers of the Creator, you will never know it. But sometimes if you're not on that road, the Creator will never open up your mind to let you understand the right words or the right rhymes at the right times. Same like the Bible. The Bible preaches a lot of parables. It takes time for you to understand certain parables. It takes time for you to understand certain part of the scriptures. Because the power of the Creator. Never ramp with it, because your mind didn't create by you. Your mind was created from something else that we do not have the full knowledge of it. But I want to tell the human race, alien descended into human. So alien created by human. And an alien created by another creator. But what human created was things you see. But if you check it, it's still knowledge of the Creator. Understand? When you check what human created a lot of destructive things. But if you check the land and the seas and the plants and the fishes in the sea, that is the powers of the Creator. Understand? The power of the Creator will numb your mouth. The power of the Creator will take your eye, because eye is all the molecules of your eye. You could just say words and your eye is gone. Nostril was created by nostril. Your nostril is the powers of the Creator. And the power of the Creator can pass on the molecules to someone else. Your feet have vein in it. So feet is the power of the Creator. And feet control your feet molecules. If you understand the power of the Creator, feet can give a human the powers of feet to sit your ass down. Because that is the powers of the Creator. Knowledge is brain. Brain is the same thing as computer. If you do not understand a certain levels of the computer, you will never understand a certain knowledge of your mind, or certain levels of your mind. Because your mind holds data to a certain level. Because the creator is not going to put you on a level where you're going to get powerful than the creator. If a human going to descend into something powerful than the alien creator, that alien will make sure you don't go farther than what it is. Understand? And the universe holds many other powers of the creator that none of us know of. Down to the alien that descended from human, from his species into human. There are some powers he didn't know of. The creator power is so powerful, if you sit down and start to study it, you will never figure it out. But if you check the mathematics of the power of the creator, it will show you leaves mean, to me, many earth. Sun mean many earths to me. You understand? Gravel mean many earths to me. Stone mean many earths to me. This is what I want you to understand. But the power of the creator, never you ramp with this universal power. Never you ramp with the blue power. Never you ramp with the green power. Never you ramp with the dark matter power. Never you ramp with the breath of life power. Never you ramp with the vice power. Never you ramp with the eye power of the creator. Never you ramp with the creations of the power. Never you ramp with the knowledge of the power. Never you ramp with the mind power. Because someone can put something in your mind that you can't do nothing. Not everything is magical power. Something is beyond magical power. But if you ramp with the creator will destroy you. Because your magical power was created by a creator. But the powerful creator would have never give you the right magical power for you to outdo him and destroy him. This is why you must not ramp with the powers of the creator. You must check the stone creator, powers of the creator. You gotta check the tree creator, the powers of those creator. You gotta check the yellow creator, the green, the purple, the black powers, the pink, the black. All powers of the creator is very serious. Life creation, you gotta check the powers of those creator. Never you violate the power of the creator. Never you go against the powers of the creator. You have to have the knowledge and the wisdom to understand what is a creator, what is a God. If you do not understand the knowledge of wisdom and who is a God, you just get lost and missing in the wind. Never you ramp with the creator that create bone and skin. Because the way you were stitched, what is how your bone and skin was created, it might not so. And you might not have the full knowledge of creation. And you might not have the full knowledge of who a human is and how powerful a human can be and how powerful other creations are. Because other creation that been around before human created is powerful than human. But sometimes the master of creator and the powers of creator will make a human powerful. Real powerful. When no life form can stop it or conquer it or touch it or stop it. Because it's always something all life form will have to learn. And all life form will have to acknowledge certain levers. And some life form will never expect a human to be powerful or any species of himself to be powerful until he run into something more powerful. You have to say, how can it be? Tell him, say, that's the powers of the creator. Never you ramp with the power of the creator or play around. You might think you're powerful, but you're not powerful because you didn't create your bone and flesh. If you didn't create your bone and flesh, you are not powerful. If you didn't create your eye, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the voice you hear, you are not powerful. If you didn't create your penis that push into a woman's vagina, and when you ejaculate to create seed, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the 2 feet you stand on, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the brain to think, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the voice that when you speak you hear it in your eardrum, you are not powerful. If you didn't create letters and numbers, you are not powerful. You hear me? If you didn't create your organs, you are not powerful. You understand? Do you understand the levels of the Creator? Why you should not ramp with the power of the Creator? If you didn't create your tongue, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the hairs on your head or your backbone, that when you lie down you feel the feeling in your bed, you are not powerful. If you didn't create your flesh, or the power after life after death, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the port line where you steal my rhyme and hiding it, you are not powerful. If you didn't create the electrical powers, the water powers, the wind powers, the orbit powers, you are not powerful. You hear me? You have to watch what you're doing when you have the power of the Creator. And you can never figure out everything. And you can never understand everything. This is why I have scientists. Because you are not powerful. You have to seek levers to have a certain levers. If you're only thinking a quick and go, you will never see the flow. You have to know what you're testing, what you go against. Because when you go against the power of the Creators, you are not powerful. You are just a little light feather that will wither away. In the summer weather, in the winter weather, in the spring weather, or any goddamn weather. Remember, sisters and brothers, you must never go against the powers of the Creator. The force of the Creator is dangerous. There are so much force of the Creator will knock you off the planet. He clip his finger, you die. He say a word and you die. He clap and you die. He whistle and you die. He talks and you die. Never go against the power of the Creator, because you came from someone creation. And someone who come from another creation are not powerful. When the real Creator is involved, might as well you go to another timeline to save your soul and mind, because you are not powerful.